Hello friends, this is Jagdev sir for you. Today we shall discuss about vector and scalar. It is meant for 11th class students about about the plus 2 first year students. So before going to the chapter, we have to discuss about what is scalar and vector. If I ask you what is the distance of your house from your college, many of you told 10 kilometer, 5 kilometer, 7 kilometer. Just to think whether 5 kilometer, 7 kilometer or 10 kilometer, is it correct answer? Perhaps you are thinking yes, but no. Because if you are telling 5 kilometer, 7 kilometer, 10 kilometer, if we are not describing about the direction, then we may not reach at your home exactly. Because your home may be 10 kilometer on the right side of the your college, and we will move to the left, then we cannot reach at the exact position. So whenever we are discussing about the scalar, the 10 kilometer is a scalar if it is not included with the direction. But if we tell that our house is 10 kilometers towards the east, towards the west, towards the north, then it is a vector quantity. So now scalar quantity are those quantity which is having only magnitude for the complete specification. Scalar quantity. That means only magnitude. Okay. When we are discussing about the vector quantity, just I have told you, if we are describing any quantity with its direction, that means the value as well as the direction, magnitude with direction, then that is called a vector quantity. So, vector. In scalar quantity, mass, that means only the magnitude is there, area, only the magnitude is there, volume, only the magnitude is there. So, in scalar quantity, the numbers are the coming under this category. But about the vector quantity, it contains both magnitude as well as direction. So, it is called vector quantity. Magnitude as well as direction. Okay, this is magnitude and direction. So in magnitude and direction, we may say velocity, acceleration, momentum, force, energy. These all things are coming under this category. Before going to discuss about this scalar quantity and vector quantity, let us discuss about few type of vectors. There are many types of vectors. One is your null vector. Null vector. Now, this one says it is having 0. So, the vector which is having 0 magnitude but an arbitrary direction, that is called a null vector. That means a point. Point. That means it is having magnitude 0 but it is having some directions. It can move in either direction. This side, this side, this side, this side. In any direction it can be moved. So, this is called a null vector. About next vector we are going the equal vectors. Equal vectors. Equal vector. What is it, equal vector? If two vectors having the magnitude is same and moving in same direction, then they are called equal vector. That means u is a vector and v is also a vector. They have the same magnitude and the direction. Then they are called equal vectors. Okay? Both have same magnitude and have same direction. So it is called an equal vector. Then negative vector. Negative vector. What is this negative vector? It means negative. That means both the vectors having the same magnitude but acting along opposite direction. Okay? This vector and this vector having the same magnitude but moving in opposite direction. So it is called a negative vector. Okay. Now we are telling about uh, co-initial vector. Co-initial vector. Just to see, co-initial. Initial means starting point. Co-initial means if several vectors are having only one starting point or they are starting from a common point, then that is called a co-initial vector. Like this is the starting point and these are the vectors u, v, w, x. These are some vectors. They are starting from one point, that is O. So this is called a co-initial vector. Okay. Now parallel vectors. Okay. What is parallel vectors? Parallel means two vector may or may not equal. Two vectors may or may not equal, acting along same direction. Two vectors may or may not equal, may be equal, may not be equal, but they are acting along same direction. That means the angle between them is theta is equal to 0 degree. Then it is called a parallel vector. Okay. Now we are going for anti-parallel vectors. Similarly, anti-parallel also anti-parallel vector. That means two vectors may or may not equal. U vector this is, V vector this is. Two vectors may or may not equal, but they are moving opposite to each other. That means here theta is equal to the angle between them is 180 degree. Then it is called a anti-parallel vector. Okay. These are some type of vectors that we have discussed, which are in our courses. Now, before going to other things, one important aspects for 11th class students is addition of vector. The addition of vector, in addition of vector, one is triangle law of vector addition, another is parallelogram law of vector addition, and one is polygon law of vector addition. So now we shall discuss about triangle law of vector addition. It is an important question for in its examination point of view. Triangle law of vector addition. Okay, what is this triangle law? Just you see, triangle. Okay, this is a triangle. So, what kind of law is here? Triangle law says that if two vectors are represented by the two sides of a triangle taken in same order, then the resultant will be represented by the third side of the triangle taken in opposite order. Just you see, this is a vector, this is one side, this is one side. So if this is a vector, this means a vector, and this b vector. That means a vector represented on the OP side, b vector represented on the OQ side. Then the resultant vector will be represented on the this side in opposite direction. This is the direction. This is the direction of b vector. A vector along OP and B vector along PQ. Now the vector OQ represents the resultant vector. So we have to calculate this resultant value and we have to define this triangle law. As per the definition, what it says, now if two vectors are represented by the two sides of a triangle taken, in same order, then the resultant will be represented by the third side of the triangle taken in opposite order. Now here OP is equal to A vector, OPQ is equal to B vector. Okay, this is A vector, this is B vector, and OQ is equal to R vector. We have to calculate this value of R. So to calculate this value of R, we have to draw a perpendicular from Q on OP. Okay, we have to draw a perpendicular from Q on OP. Now this is a perpendicular. Okay, let this is T. So we have drawn a perpendicular from Q on OP meeting at T. Now this angle, this triangle becomes right angle triangle. Which triangle? QET. And also QOP is also a right angle triangle. We have now OQT is a right angle triangle where R is the hypotenuse. We have to find out the value of this R. So to find out this value of R, that means OQ square is equal to, in triangle, QOP or OTQ. That means OQ square is equal to OT square plus QT square. Okay, this OT can be written as OP plus PT. So OT is equal to OP plus PT whole square plus QT square. Okay, now this is OP plus PT whole square, which is equal to A plus B whole square formula. So we can put the A plus B whole square, which is equal to A square plus 2AB plus B square. Now put here A square, that means OP square plus 2AB, 2 into OP, 2 into OP into PT plus PT square plus here QT square. Okay, now OP is there, OP square plus 2 into OP into PT plus, just see, PT square plus QT square. This PT square plus QT square can be written as PQ square. This PT square plus QT square. This PT square plus QT square is equal to PQ square, because this is a right angle triangle. So this is the base, this is the perpendicular. So PT square plus QT square is equal to PQ square. We can write here PQ square. Okay, now I am erasing this one. Okay, remember a few things. I will ask you while I am putting the values. Okay, now this OQ square becomes OQ square becomes what? Now OP square plus 2 into OP into PT plus PQ square. This OP square, this is equal to A square. This is 2 into this OP is equal to A. But what about this PT? PT, we have not defined. Keep it plus PQ square is equal to B vector square. Okay, this OQ square is equal to R vector square. Okay, now we have to find out the value of this PT and this QT. Okay, this PT and this QT. To find the value of this PT and QT, let us take this angle is equal to theta and this angle is equal to beta. So in triangle PTQ, which one? PTQ, this one. So this is a right angle triangle. So PTQ cos theta, as you know, that is equal to B by H. That is B is PT by H. H is equal to PQ. So PT is equal to PQ cos theta. PQ cos theta. This PQ is equal to B vector cos theta. Okay. Similarly, we can find out what a sin theta. It will be required. The sin theta is equal to P by H. That means QT by PQ. Okay. This QT implies QT is equal to PQ sin theta. PQ sin theta. That is the PQ is equal to B vector into sin theta. Okay. Now we have to remember this one, because we will put there PT is equal to B cos theta and PQ is equal to B sin theta. Okay. Now I am omitting these things. Keep it on your notes. Yes. Now I am putting here. That means this equal to A square plus 2A PT. PT equal to B cos theta. B cos theta plus B vector square. So this is r vector square. Now r vector is equal to a vector square plus 2ab cos theta plus b vector square. Okay. Okay. Now I am omitting this one. Yes. So r is equal to this root over. That means the resultant of a vector r is equal to a square plus 2ab cos theta plus b square vectors root over. This is the resultant of triangle. Okay. Now another thing is left, that is we will discuss about this tan beta. Tan beta. Tan beta is equal to P by B. Okay. This P equal to QT. QT. Okay. By B. B equal to OT. Is equal to QT by OP plus BP. Is equal to QT. QT we have written here. Perhaps QT is equal to B cos theta. B cos theta. Perhaps QT is equal to, yes, B cos theta by OP. OP is equal to A plus B PT. PT is equal to B sin theta. I think so. So tan beta is equal to B cos theta by A plus B sin theta. Just one thing. Cos theta is equal to here P by and B by H. That means B PT by PQ. So PT is equal to PQ B cos theta. Okay. So I have written something. PT is equal to B. No. Yes. One thing is wrong here. We have to write this B cos theta. That means it will happen definitely QT. So QT is equal to, I have to take sin theta, that is sin theta P by H, P is equal to QT by PQ. So QT is equal to B sin theta. Okay, this is B sin theta. Okay. As I will erase this one, erase this one. So just forget it. Okay. Now it is okay. So if you just forget, you can find out here. As this is blackboard, you have written in your notes. So this is B tan beta is equal to this. Okay. This is your about triangle law. Now we are going to another one law, that is called a parallelogram law. Okay. What is parallelogram law says? Parallelogram law. Okay. What do you mean by parallelogram? Okay. This is a parallelogram. The side of a parallelogram. This is the side of a parallelogram. Okay. This law says that if two vectors are represented by the two sides of a parallelogram starting from one point, then the resultant will be represented on the diagonal side of the parallelogram starting from that point. That means if this is O and this is P and one vector is acting along this direction and this is another one vector acting along this direction, then the resultant will be represented on this direction. That means this is R vector. Okay. Now just as you know, the parallel vector, that means the opposite sides are parallel. So just making this one. Okay. This is B vector. So this is also B vector. This is A vector. So this is also A vector. Hello? Now this is A vector. This is B vector. This is A vector. This is R vector. Okay. Now we are discussing about this parallelogram law of vector. Okay, parallelogram says what? If two vectors are represented by the two sides of a parallelogram, then the resultant will be represented on the diagonal side of the parallelogram starting from that point. Okay, now we have to find out the value of this r. So here we have taken OP is equal to a vector. O, this is P, this is Q, this is S. Okay, OQ is equal to B vector. Okay, this is A vector, this is B vector. Now OQ is equal to R vector. So to find out the value of this R, I have drawn a perpendicular from here. This is P. To find out the value of this R, we have drawn a perpendicular from Q on OP, meeting at T. So it becomes a right angle triangle. Okay. To find out this value, we have to take this on theta and let this on beta. Okay. So here in triangle OQT, as it is a right angle triangle, here is a perpendicular, so this is a perpendicular. So in right angle OPQ, in right angle triangle OPQ triangle. Okay, OQ square is equal to OT square plus QT square. Similarly, OP square. OT can be written as OP plus PT. OP plus PT whole square plus QT square. Okay, it can be written as OP square plus 2 into OP into PT plus PT square plus QT square. Okay, A square plus 2AB plus PT square, B square. Now QT square. We can write PT square. PT square plus QT square is equal to PQ square. Okay. Omitting this one, it becomes what? Now OQ square is equal to OP square plus 2 into OP into PT plus PQ square. PQ square. So this OP is equal to A square plus 2 into this OP is equal to A. As we have taken in the previous, this PT can be written similar manner. So we have to find out this from the triangle. In triangle, but not P, Q, T. Cos theta is equal to B by H. B means PT by PQ, or PT is equal to PQ cos theta. Okay, so this PT can be written here PQ cos theta, that is equal to B cos theta. Here B cos theta plus B square. So this is equal to R vector square, or R vector is equal to A square plus 2AB cos theta plus B square root over. Okay, this is all about our parallelogram law vector addition. Okay, this is also same as that of the triangle law. So we can memorize this one from triangle law, also parallelogram law. Now in next section we will discuss about polygon law, resolution of vector, and there are some other vectors also left. In next class we will discuss about it. This is parallelogram law and triangle law. Okay, thank you.